All right, folks. Uh, Combat sport was conceived thousands and thousands of years ago. Uh, I can't put my finger on when it was conceived, but I know it's evolved into modern wrestling, not professional wrestling, but real competition wrestling, and boxing, and the martial arts, and things of that nature. Uh, Combat sports have always been a beautiful thing. I am sure at its conception, it was created thousands of years ago as a way for clans that were in larger tribes to be able to settle differences, put another fella in line that maybe had done something wrong, and things of that nature. I want to tell you all, there's only 2 boxing channels that I know of. Now I'm talking specifically boxing channels, boxing content creator channels that are speaking against any of this mess that's been happening in the Olympics or in general. There's a lot of sports shows that have been speaking against what's happened, but not many. Only 2 boxing content creator channels, and only 1 channel where there are real boxers, and that be this one. I'm shadow banned beyond belief, and have been for a long, long time, because I've been speaking the truth and standing up and being rather blunt about it, because I have a lot of testosterone running through this old body. I'm a 100% grade A man. And then there's the rest of you in content creation. And when I say this, I'm speaking in U.S. terms only, because in England, they're standing. It's the weak effeminates that aspire to boxing, that like boxing, U.S. channels that I'm speaking to. I want to clear that up. We got a lot of testosterone running on around here. Joe hasn't been fed school lunches that are estrogen boosters and test decliners. He's been eating farm fresh stuff every day. Every day. Clean food, clean education, because I'm a real man and a real father. And I want to tell you something. There's only the 2 channels. The other one is Punch Drunk Boxing. Go look him up. I'm going to leave a link in the description and or comment section to the last video he put out. But go listen to him. Go listen to what he's been talking about the past few days. He hit his point that enough was enough for him. I hit my point that enough was enough for me years ago. But I do believe I am many decades older than this guy. And so it would take a younger fella longer to reach that line. All right. Guess it was yesterday. Didn't watch the fight. Didn't watch anything that had to do with anything that would promote the Olympics, would promote the channels that bid to show the Olympics in any way. However, someone got a snippet of a fight where a man is actually boxing a young woman, a young lady, a girl, and he almost beat her half to death. And in the video that I'm going to link in the description box, you can go look at, you can see this woman's face. This doesn't happen in amateur boxing, folks. People do not get beat up this bad in amateur boxing. And she looks like she literally was beat up by a man at a bar, at a Mexican bar. She happened to be Mexican. Alright, I'm going to tell you the little part we're going to play in this. Because we're standing, by the way. And we're standing with what we're great at. And in many cases, what we are the absolute best at. When we get back to the United States, which is going to happen, we all will have blinked our eyes and we'll be back. And Joe is going to do a good bit of amateur boxing. And here's how this is going to work. Give you a little backdrop of the story. Other day, for a few days, Joe comes to me, Dad, I'm having anger issues. What do you mean, son? Next person he'd even look over at me, I'm going to crack their face. Took a little bit to figure out why it was going on, and it's going on because of what he's seeing in this world. And he's righteously angered. And he's young yet, 16. He's got to figure these things out. Know when it applies and when it don't, and how to do it. So he's going to let his ring work do his talking for him. And I want to tell you something. If you are an amateur boxer, if you are a young professional, we don't know what weight class he's going to hit at. It could be anything from probably around super middleweight to heavyweight. He's big. I don't know. At 16, he did a trim down. And boy, he was chiseled, and he got down to 160, 158, 159 and a half. I can't remember, but I'll say 160. He's putting it on now, and he's back into the 180s right now at 16 and still chiseled. So he's got a lot of room to work with. You be careful out there, amateur boxer, that has social media up, that's been a coward and hasn't stood against this mess. You be careful out there, boxing trainer, who put your kid in front of any of our guys. Because there's going to be more guys in the U.S. because people are going to flock to me to train them. It's going to be the way it used to be when we get back. When we get back, and more than likely, we're going to assemble a team. Joe's just a phenom. You don't know it yet, but you will. And you might find it out not in a good way. And the object of what we're carrying forward is simply this. If you're a trainer, you're a coach, you amateur boxer, and you haven't spoke up against this, and you don't speak up against it before you get in the ring, you're going to come out looking like this Mexican girl. But there's going to be a huge, big difference with you. You're going to wake up and come out looking like that little Mexican girl that got beat up by that man. We're going to do our little part. Well, how can you say it out? I know what I got. And for any of you idiots that would question me, I'll have you know you hold zero ability to be able to question what I know. And the asses are going to see. Now, to all of you that have had channels that are like, I wish God's blessing on you. May the big good Lord be good to you, whom are sitting silent right now. You are a damned coward. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I'm damn near 100-year-old, and I'll Jap slap the living shit out of any one of you when I get back that are hanging around boxing, because I'm going to be back hanging around it. You don't want to cross those paths. Trust me. A lot of you are big talkers. The biggest mouths. You better be careful in this sport now. Sheriff's coming back. You're going to get your ass locked up. You're going to get your ass in a whole heap of trouble. You punks. To those of you, you are the most pathetic. At least you got an estrogen-ridden man that hates himself. So unsure of himself, he gets online, starts raising hell and yelling how tough he is. But you, the ones that are talking about Christ all the time, you don't know Christ. It's a bunch of hog shit you're spilling. Because you should be so angry right now. You should be Christ-like in your actions. And I will remind everybody yet again, Christ was angered righteously. He went into the temple and he started cussing them all out. And he had a whip in his hand, and he was hitting people with his whip and flipping over their business tables as he was cussing them out. You don't know that God. You know a fake, phony God that demonic people have peddled to you. And you're pathetic. Those of you that haven't stood. I don't know how much worse it can get for you folks till you take a stand. But I'm speaking to the boxing community. This is solely for the boxing community. You are a lot of estrogen-ridden, effeminate cowards, the whole damn lot of you that don't speak up. And we are going to simply crush and finish you in the ring. There's going to be a ring way of crushing and finishing you. And those of you who personally know me, you know when I come around and I'm upset, people scatter. big men run. And those of you that don't know that in the boxing community, you're going to learn it. I've run up on hundreds of your kind over 50 years. Run through hundreds of your kind. Talking tough, talking game. And it comes down to a real game. It all ends. You come up out good. But really what it is, you come up out underneath mommy. Come up out trailer park, Bo. Truth is out. You come up out underneath mommy. And the problem with you sons of bitches is you didn't have a strong daddy pull a strap on your ass. You're weak, effeminate men. I am shocked that the boxing community has allowed, with little thought and with all you big mouth know-it-alls out there that don't know shit. None of you are even speaking up, running your mouth about this. Cowards and pathetic weaklings who are following a false demonic god. Shame on you. But it's coming. We are coming back. And it'll be different for you then. We show up in Miami, it'll be different for you. The whole fucking lot of you. We show up in Charlotte, it's going to be different for you. We show up in Atlanta, different for you. New York, different for you. Las Vegas, different for you. There's a lot of people you think are tough guys that you've seen on TV quite frequently, Mr. Boxing fan, that when I come around the corner, they run the other way. And we are coming back. We are coming back to the United States. That's the little part we are going to do. The other little part is, as soon as Trump is inaugurated, I worked for Trump. See, I worked during the transition team the last time. I campaigned very hard for him, and I'm going to get down on my knees, and I'm going to beg that man to pull the full force of the funding to get someone more qualified that can be controlled to make young, strong men for Boxing USA and for future Olympics. The rest of you all best just clear on out the back.